love your children. It doesn't mean you don't love your family and you don't have any feelings and that you can just take abuse. Anyway, but so now I believe the present SSP, I think he wants to be cooperative, and I don't know what the situation is, but I do know that I was extremely hurt and offended by the treatment that I had when my daughter left her body. Extremely. And I won't forget that. And I gave too much consideration to them because I had a media frenzy and I was very diplomatic. They were asking me to make complaints against the police and everything, and I didn't do that. I was very diplomatic, and I gave a lot of consideration to the local authorities, and I didn't get anything in return. I didn't get any justice.
What you are expecting from the Indian government?
I'm expecting the Indian government to do something about the situation in Vrindavan. To improve the...
Family, or you want justice for all this?
I want justice for everybody, because the fact of the matter is that I can't get my daughter back. So what justice is there for me? There's no justice for me. My whole family has to be damaged forever.
So now you wanted to save the life of others.
Yes.
You are fighting for others now.
Yes, because there's serious problems in Vrindavan, and there's many reasons why I want to fight for this cause. And main reasons being that Vrindavan is such a special place. It's not an ordinary place. It's the birthplace of God. Krishna stu Bhagavan Svayam. It's in your Shastras. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even if you don't believe he's the absolute Supreme Personality of Godhead, then at least your Shastras believe he's an avatar, which makes him the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Isn't it? So, if you go to Mecca, anybody touches a girl in Mecca, they won't have any hands left. You'll lose your hands. There's no crime in Mecca. I'm telling you, there is no crime in Mecca. They won't tolerate any crime in Mecca. And Mecca is the birthplace of the servant of God. And Jerusalem's the same. Jerusalem's very tight security, very strong tourist police, very good protection for tourists. And Jerusalem is the birthplace of the Son of God. And here we have the birthplace of God. And what consideration is being given to that place? Nothing. There's very, very poor infrastructure. There's very horrible, nasty corruption, which we know. We know there's corruption. I'll tell you another story that a friend just told me. In fact, you can probably take his interview the other day. It was also the time of Kasana. So something had occurred. I don't know what occurred, but he didn't commit any crime or anything. This guy, he's like a 55-year-old English man who's just doing his bhajan in Vrindavan. He's a very nice devotee. But somehow or another, he'd been accused of something, and it wasn't criminal, it wasn't a chargeable offense or anything. It had nothing to do with the police even. And that's the fact. It has nothing to do with the police, but for some reason the police became involved. Kasana came to his house and, slapped him around, took him to the police station and, terrorized him at the police station. And they took his wallet. He was telling me this. One guy, not Kasana, another policeman, took his wallet, opened his wallet. There was some 400 or 500 rupees in there. Looked at him, picked up the 400 or 500 rupees, laughed at him, put it in their pocket, gave him back his wallet, detained him for no reason, and, then let him go. So he is an English citizen, and he wasn't charged with anything. They had no rights to go and get him. He hadn't committed any crime, and they stole his money. So does that mean that they're just petty thieves? They're just chore? Is that what they are? So, this one story. There's millions of stories. And you might ask yourself, why do we tolerate? You might ask this question. In fact, people say, well, if it's like that, why are you there? We're there because, Vrindavan is our home, because Vrindavan is the birthplace of Krishna, because Vrindavan is the only place on this entire planet where you've got 5,000 temples in a 3-kilometer radius. It's a unique place, and it's a special place, and it's equivalent to Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is supposed to be a place of no anxiety. So I'm appealing to the Indian government. You asked me what I want from the Indian government. I'm appealing to the Indian government to please respect your culture. Please respect your culture. Please declare Vrindavan for what it is. It's your Mecca. It's the Mecca of this country, and please turn it into an exemplary place with world-class law and order, world-class safety and security, and let's open up Vrindavan to the world, I can't